So a very interesting thing happened to me yesterday as it pertains to this shirt right in here. So as you can see, it's a Caitlin Clark shirt. It's pretty fire, if I might add. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you where to get it. I'm a gatekeeper. But you know what I'm saying? So yesterday my girlfriend had a doctor's appointment, right? And so we're getting dressed and getting ready to get out. And I go into the closet and I go to grab. I have another shirt like this. It's actually this shirt right here. So I thought that I had grabbed this shirt out of my closet, right? So I'm in a hurry. I got my shorts. I grab the shirt. I go, you know what I'm saying? I put it on. I go brush my teeth. And I go and I look and I'm like, oh shit, I'm still wearing this goddamn shirt. So, and I'm like, at first I'm like, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I'll just go, I'll wear it, whatever. But then it dawned on me. Yesterday's Juneteenth. What I look like having the colonizer on my shirt, even if she's the best basketball player in the game right now.
Whalen to trigger in. Gets it to Moore. Moore will get it off. The shot is good. Game 3 belongs to Maya Moore and Minnesota.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JP, Joe Paul, back in the building, man. Hope everybody's having a great day. Wonderful afternoon, all that good stuff. Let's get right back into it, man. Another edition of WNBA Today. I think it's our 4th episode now. And in today's episode, man, we're just actually going to be catching up on the rookies. You know what I'm saying? The rookies now, they played, you know what I'm saying, over 10, I believe some of them over 15 games in their rookie campaign so far. And I just want to keep up with them. I believe in the very first episode, I came when I talked about, you know what I'm saying, their rookie debuts and all that good stuff. So now we're just going to be, you know what I'm saying, keeping tabs. And we'll be doing it various times throughout the season. And let's go ahead and get into it, man. So number one, we're going to talk about the Bayou Barbier. What's her nickname now? Because she's in Chicago. I forgot. Somebody let me know. But Miss Angel Reese. So these stats are actually, they could be a little bit outdated because I know that Angel Reese did play earlier this afternoon. I know that Caitlin Clark played last night, and I have those stats and all those things. Like I had them written down from yesterday. I'm just getting the report today. So the stats might be a touch off, but just bear with me. So Miss Angel Reese is averaging 12 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals per game on 37% from the field. She's the only rookie averaging 10 rebounds a game. She leads the rookies in double-doubles, and she currently holds a league record 7 straight double-doubles from a rookie. So clap it up for Miss Angel Reese. She's doing big things out here, even amid all the controversy and all this. So listen, we're not focusing on that in this episode. We're not talking about no controversy. We're talking about the straight hoops. And Angel Reese is somebody that, you know what I'm saying, I've had my questions for. Like, I believe in the last episode, the episode before that, I said that I saw the benefit to her on the court. I guess that's a big, I guess, improvement for me, because coming out of the draft, even at LSU, like, I didn't watch her much her junior year. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm not sure. I know that I believe she averaged like 28 points per game or 24 points per game in her junior year. I didn't watch it. I watched a little bit for senior year where she had a little bit of a down year. So, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get quite to see just what everybody else saw as it pertains to Miss Angel Reese. I knew that she had a high motor. I knew that she was somebody who was a beast on the backboard. I knew that her offensive game had a lot to be desired. But as far as her first couple months or so in the WNBA and everything, I think she's adapted rather nicely. I think she's found a real niche of herself as a rebounder. I believe that in today's game against the Wings, she had, I believe it was like 8 offensive rebounds. So she's definitely somebody that, like, she definitely has like a Dennis Rodman mold to her. Like, you know what I'm saying, she's a great and grind player. She's a fantastic defender. I've shouted that out in other videos, like her ability to, like, you know what I'm saying, on ball, to stay on the ball, to trace the ball in order to get a hand on the ball. She doesn't block many shots, but she gets a lot of deflections, gets a lot of steals, gets a lot of, you know, just breaks up a lot of plays. And, you know what I'm saying, like, I see like her impact as a pro 100%. And while the Chicago Sky have been struggling over the course of these last couple of games or so, I believe that today was their first win in like the last 5 games or so. I'm actually just been impressed because it seems like night after night she's getting like more comfortable. She's getting, you know what I'm saying, she's like, even though her offensive game is limited, a little funky, she's not afraid to, you know what I'm saying, bang and try to score. And that's a big thing that's going to be going forward for her, you know what I'm saying, in her professional career, because as long as she's playing in Chicago with Kamila Cardoso, she'll always have, you know what I'm saying, people like, you know what I'm saying, they'll defer to, they're always going to put their biggest defender on Cardoso, as they should, because she's 6'7". So Angel Reese, she's going to have a lot of opportunities where she might be quicker than the person guarding her, or she might, you know what I'm saying, might have, like, you know, might be a little bit more physically dominant in certain aspects. Like, she'll have an opportunity where when she works on that offensive post game, where she works on for me, like, my biggest I guess complaint I have about Angel Reese's game is just her release point on so many like layups. You know what I'm saying? Like, she lets go of layups like right here, and we've seen it multiple times in her professional career. she's been blocked. She's been blocked a whole lot because she's letting the ball go right here, because she's letting the ball go right there. I don't think that she's necessarily like super undersized for the position. I think that she's like right in line with the league average. So the fact that she's getting all these shots blocked is not because these players are just daunting over her. It's the fact that she's basically just like giving them like coaches always say, don't give them the ball on a silver platter because they're gonna block it. And that's what they do to Angel a lot. So I think that, and I'm not even sure this is something that you can work on because it's something that she's done for so long. She needs to get that release point up. She needs to get that release point up above her shoulders, up above her ears, because at that point, at least she gives herself a chance to extend over people. Like, I think she has great ball touch. I'm actually am super impressed whenever she does find herself, you know what I'm saying, finishing a layup or something like that, just because I just feel like she makes layups 10 times more difficult for herself, you know what I'm saying, with her release point. And at the end, and like I said also in previous videos, she has a little mid-range jump shot that she can work on and that she's not afraid to shoot. And I think that if she can add that, then that might even cover up a little bit of the deficiencies that her low release point on her layups does give. So Angel Reese doing big things, like I said, league record, the only time in history that a rookie has had 7 straight double-doubles. Shout out to Miss Angel Reese. So number 2, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to Ria Jackson. So Ria Jackson is a very, very interesting rookie in this rookie class. You know what I'm saying? I believe she was drafted 4th or 5th, you know what I'm saying, to the Sparks with Cameron Brink. And a lot of that attention was on Brink as the number 2 pick of like what she was going to do, what people thought she was going to turn into. And quiet as kept, Ria Jackson has been an absolute like stud for the Sparks so far. You know what I'm saying? When she comes into the game, she's so slithery. She's allowed to, you know what I'm saying, get into the lane and create a lot of shots for herself. She has a very decent jump shot. On the season, she's putting up 10 points per game, 3.5 rebounds on 47% from the field and 32% from the 3 on 50% effective field goal. I believe she leads the WNBA for rookies in effective field goal. I believe she's the only one also who's shooting 50% from the floor. Like, her game is so... I would say like she's honestly like she was the most pro ready, I believe, coming out of the draft. You know what I'm saying? Even you're talking about a draft that has Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Cameron Brink and Aaliyah Edwards and Cardoso and everybody like that. I think that Ria Jackson's game was probably the most properly suited for the WNBA because it kind of fits the mold of an Enrique or a Jewel Lloyd, and she has a little bit bigger of a frame to her, so she's able to, you know what I'm saying, get in positions that those other smaller guards are not able to get into. And the fact that she's so efficient so early in her career, I just think she has so much room to grow. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately with the injury to Cameron Brink, I think she'll have an opportunity to really like stretch her legs out and get comfortable in that role as a scorer, as a main option, because I believe up to this point she's still coming off the bench. She's still a bench player doing this, being, like I said, being super efficient. And but like when she gets the opportunity to play, you can see that she is, you know what I'm saying, a benefit to the floor. In her last 3 games, she's putting up 15 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists per game, a steal, and 53% from the floor. So just crazy efficient, and she's doing it at a high clip. As her volume increases, her efficiency is not dropping. That's something that you definitely want to keep an eye on. So shout out to Ria, you know what I'm saying, like just shout out to Ria, man. Like I said, I don't think she got the attention she deserved coming out of the draft. I know there were a lot of the big names, but coming out of Tennessee, I just knew that the name, when I saw the name Ria Jackson, I knew that she could score the basketball. And coming into the pros, that definitely translated over with her. So next, we're going to talk about Miss Aaliyah Edwards. Aaliyah Edwards was somebody that, you know what I'm saying, in the earliest parts of the season, like, I hate to say it, I kind of forgot about her, you know what I'm saying? She played for Washington, and while Washington played in a lot of competitive games, they weren't, you know what I'm saying, winning a lot of games, so you really didn't get to see the highlights. But over the past of the last, like, I want to say 3 weeks, the last 2 weeks or so, I started seeing her numbers keep popping up on my Twitter page more and more often. And they were getting up there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe it was a game where she had, like, over 20 points, a couple of games in the teens. Like, you saw that ability that she had at UConn to play with Paige. It's a whole different beast here in the WNBA. Like, she's like, I believe she's more of like a more assertive of a scorer now in the WNBA. Like, when she gets the ball, she's looking for her shot. I think that she understands that on her team, like, she is one of the best players. Like, I know they have Ariel Atkins. I believe in somebody, Alicia Gray. She might play for a different team, but I know that, I think it is Alicia Gray. But they also play for the that's Atlanta. See, I'm getting it all mixed up. But Ariel Atkins does play for the Mystic. So I know that she has a great scorer also on her team that also draws attention to her. But her ability to just like take over as a scorer in her own right it's been a nice thing to watch. For the season, So for the season, Aaliyah Edwards is putting up 9.1 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game, 0.8 steals, a block on 52% from the floor. But that gets even better in June, because in the month of June, she's averaging 12.7 points per game, 9.7 rebounds per game, 0.8 steals per game, 1.5 blocks per game, and 63% field goal percentage. I'll be lying to you if I didn't say I saw some of her stat lines and I wasn't thinking, hey, where is Aliyah fall in the whole, rookie of the year thing? Because while she didn't have the most exciting beginning of the season, various times these rookies have put up, a couple of stinkers. And Reese has, Caitlin Clark for sure has put up a couple. I believe a couple of nights ago, Cameron Brink had 2 points on 1 for 10 shooting. Like, there's been times, of course, throughout the season where these rookies have struggled and looked like rookies. But as of recently, Aaliyah Edwards has been, the most consistent, the most, getting better, aside from Angel Reese and her ability to get double-doubles on any given night. So I think that the sky is really like the limit for this Washington Mystics team. While they aren't a great team, they're not a great team at all. They have a couple of pieces here and there. They have Aliyah, they have Ariel, and I think that you build around them. I guess they hope to bring back Elena Deladon at some point in the future. You just think that, like, if they're able to put those teams together, like, they could actually put up a lineup that's to be feared with, because as it seems right now, it seems like Aliyah is going to be a bruiser, a bully type, and she's going to be able to get her shot off at any given time, really, as it pertains to the W. So shout out to Aliyah. Actually, I'm going to look up real quick Kamila Cardoso's stats, because I didn't write hers down. I don't know how I forgot about Miss Cardoso. 22 minutes per game, she's giving you 8.4 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 0.7 block on 49% shooting from the field. So Kamila Cardoso is a very interesting character, because she's another one that, coming into the league, I thought that her skill set, her offensive skill set was so limited that it would be difficult for her to, be able to get those same buckets that she was getting in college, because in the college game, she was just so much bigger than everybody else. She towered over everybody at 7'6". So really, it was like playing against middle schoolers. Honestly, they throw the ball into the post, she turns, she scores. And coming into the W, I thought things would be a little bit different, because the players are a little bit more physical and they have other tall athletes to go against with her. But no, it's the exact same thing. Kamila Cardoso just out there just being big, taking up space. When a shot goes up and she turns around and she extends that arm, she's probably going to get her hand on the ball. If you try to drive on her and you think that you're going to get, get into her body and then fade away, no, she's probably going to block that too. She's come into and basically done the exact same thing as she's done in Chicago. In South Carolina. And it got to a point where even her coach, what's her name? Teresa Tompkins, I believe her name is. She was like, hey, I got to get this big body on the floor. And she's become a starter in the recent games. So listen, I think that just for the Chicago Sky team in general, I really just don't understand what their issue is right now, what they're struggling with, because their roster seems so loaded. I know they've had a couple of close games that got away from them, whether it be for free throws or just late game execution. But I think that with the front court of Angel Reese and Kamila Cardoso and what's that girl's name? Izzy. I forgot the girl's last name, but Izzy, Like, I just think that they have a very, very dominant front court of players that do the exact same thing at extremely high level. And I think that just like their ability to dominate the paint, Angel's a walking double-double. Camila, coming off the injury, is giving you, 8 and 6. I'm not sure what Izzy's stats off the top of my head. They're too good of a team to be like where they are right now. They're kind of in that little pocket where all the young teams are. And I think that they should be a team that's competing for, a playoff seed. So hopefully they figure that out. But last but not least, let's go ahead and we'll talk about Miss Caitlin Clark. We're not going to talk about injuries. We're not going to talk about Cameron Brink. We'll talk about Cameron Brink in a separate episode. I know that she tore her ACL, so her rookie season is over. Huge shout out to her. But we won't do that right now. We'll give her light at a different time. So for the time being, we're going to talk about Miss Caitlin Clark. Because Miss Caitlin Clark, in her rookie year, up to this point, is giving you 16 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on 38% from the floor. She's put up 25-5 in 5 games this year, joining Tamika Catchings and Diana Taurasi. She's the first rookie to put up 28-8 in a game since Aisha Wilson. And since they finished their 11 games in 19 days, that grueling schedule they had to the start of the season, Caitlin Clark is giving you 17.5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 5.8 assists per game, a steal, a block on 47% from the field, 42% from the three. So, listen, Caitlyn is definitely like starting to adjust. She's starting to understand. You know what I'm saying? As I watch the games, like even though her turnovers are still crazy high, everything she's getting now, it doesn't feel forced. It feels within the flow. It feels like she's trusting her teammates. She knows what her teammates like to do with Aaliyah and Kelsey and Alyssa and everybody, like, and just like where they like to be and what where they are most effective at. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's only been good for the team. You've only seen the way how it benefits them in the last couple of weeks. Like with them being on this 3-game winning streak, I believe they're on a 4-game winning streak too at home for the first time since 2015. Like Caitlyn is changing life over in Indiana in ways that a lot of people such as myself saw coming. You know what I'm saying? Diana Taurasi said that Caitlin Clark was going to, you know what I'm saying, struggle coming into the W, and Caitlin Clark has proven Diana Taurasi wrong. After a 1-8 start to rookie campaign, the Fever are on a 3-game winning streak. They won 4 games straight at home. Caitlin's starting to look like Caitlin Clark. The way how she's coming off, she's finding out ways how to get to her spot, how to get to her spots, knock down her open threes. I even saw her hit a step back 2 yesterday. Like she's learning. She's learning that the way how she played in Iowa didn't 100% translate to the WNBA. But she has the skill set to play in this league. You know what I'm saying? People want to talk about the physicality and all this other stuff, how she's a flopper and all that stuff. Bump that. The girl can play the game of basketball, and she shows on a nightly basis. And a huge shout out to the rest of the Indiana Fever team, because for them to go on this win streak, it's not just on Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah Boston in her last 3 games, she's giving you 23 points per game, 12 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? She tied a career high a couple nights ago against Atlanta. Like Kelsey Mitchell in her last 3, she's giving you 21 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game on almost 58% field goal. Let me actually give Kelsey Mitchell her flowers right now, because I believe that Kelsey Mitchell also did lose her father recently. I believe she said that in an interview. So, you know what I'm saying? While she's playing with this heavy heart, she has been showing out. She's been playing extremely efficient. There's been a couple of games, I believe she started off like 4 for 4, 5 for 5, 6 for 6. Like she's playing like a more controlled, more level brand of basketball. And I think that the rest of the team is kind of like taking after her leadership, you know what I'm saying? Because the rest of the team started getting easier shots, you know what I'm saying? Alyssa doesn't really go, you know what I'm saying, ISO, try to get hers anymore, you know what I'm saying? But Kelsey's patience and Erica Wheeler's patience as the vets on this team is permeating through the locker room, and you can tell that it's nice that Clayton doesn't feel like she has to be the best player on the floor in order for them to have a chance. In the last couple of games, she hasn't been. Kelsey's been great. Aaliyah Boston's been great. Alyssa's been putting up numbers. Lexi Hull, she's had, you know what I'm saying, Katie Lou, there's a lot of white girls on this team. I get them mixed up. But Katie Lou Samuelson, like they've all, you know what I'm saying, had their moments there where they've all just, you know what I'm saying, added to. It hasn't felt like Caitlin Clark is doing it all, which I think is what she wanted all along. She didn't want to come into the league and have to do everything she did in Iowa. Coming into the league, I was saying that I thought she was going to, her teammates and her were going to benefit from just having just easy looks. You know what I'm saying? And I think that after the beginning struggle of the season, they have found a stride where they're getting extremely easy looks. You know what I'm saying? They're able to get nice little rim runs. Caitlin Clark is from time to time, Christy Sides will draw up an amazing play for Caitlin Clark. An amazing play, whether it be a pin down or some other screen off the sideline or the baseline, where Caitlin Clark will come off, get wide open, and knock down a 3, and you'll be like, oh, snap, Christy Sides got that in her bag? And then Christy Sides will be like, you know what? I like that play. It worked. Get it out of here. She'll crumple it up, and she'll throw that bitch out the window. And you're just like, what? Why do you keep doing that, Christy? Chrissy is a very confusing coach. Like, I don't understand still. I guess we've gotten to like the make fun of Chrissy Size portion of it, the criticize Chrissy Size portion of the video. I don't understand why she's sitting Celeste Taylor on the bench still. I think that Celeste Taylor, this is not a name that I was frequent with when she got drafted this year. But I just seeing, like, I believe she was a defensive player of the year. She has this rim running ability. Like, she's somebody that can help the team. And we've got somebody like, I believe her name is Christy Wallace out here getting major burn. Where I think I saw a tweet earlier that said like she's shooting like 20% from 3 in her last 5 games or something like that. It's just like, it's things like that that make people come out here and want to question Christy Sides. But I don't know, man. Like, whatever it is working right now, and I just hope that they're able to keep it rolling. I hope that Caitlyn is able to, you know what I'm saying, keep adjusting. Like, with these players dropping from Team USA due to injury, I'm scared that they're going to end up calling her to bring her overseas, because that would be great for Team USA, but I just don't want to mess up any of the momentum that the Fever have right now. They're 5-2 in their last 7. Like I said, winners of 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 4-game winning streak at home, and yeah, man. They're currently a playoff team, man. They're currently a playoff team. They're top 5 in field goal percentage. They're 4th in 3-point percentage. Like, things are looking up for this team. And they're also top 5 in effective field goal percentage. They're doing big things out here. In their next 3 games, they have the Atlanta Dream, the Chicago Sky, and the Seattle Storm. So, I'm just wondering, can they get on a 5-game win streak before they face Seattle? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. That's all I got for today's episode of WNBA Today. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you subscribe, and I'll holla at y'all in the next video. Peace and love, family. Deuces.